Nearly every intermediate guitarist gets stuck in the boxes. It makes sense that we need to learn them. Those pentatonic boxes, they give us the right notes. But if you just play up and down them, your solos can sound boring, scaly, and not musical at all. In this video, I'll show you two simple exercises that will help you connect your boxes across the guitar neck and start making music with them right away. But why listen to me? Well, I'm Daniel Seraph, and I've taught over 25,000 guitar lessons, and I specialize in turning complex guitar ideas into tools that can help you sound more creative today. Let's jump in. This first exercise is simple, but the impact it can have on your playing is huge. One of the main issues with the pentatonic boxes is that they sound really sequential. 2 notes per string, same patterns, just up and down. It can start to feel stale really fast. So the first step to breaking out of that boxed in sound is to connect one box to the next. Up or down the neck, doesn't really matter. So for this lesson, we're going to connect minor pentatonic box 1 to box number 2. And we'll do it in the key of A minor using a Wild Blue backing track in the style of John Mayer. You can grab the diagrams and the jam track in the description below. This is important. We're not going to just start on the low E string down here. A lot of guitarists are stuck seeing the fretboard from the low E, but that string is often too boomy for soloing. So instead, let's start on the high E string, descend through box 1, and then ascend all the way back up. So of course, that is your classic box. Now, box 2 sits just above that, up the neck towards the body. So for this first exercise, let's add one note from box 2 into box 1. And so we'll end up creating 3 notes per string. For example, on the high E, box 1 gives us 5 and 8. Box 2 adds 10. So now we've got 5, 8, and 10. Don't worry about playing the whole scale perfectly. Once you get the shape, start finding music in it. Let's move on to the B string, and again, 5, 8, and 10. It's the same frets as the high E string. So which fingers you choose to play doesn't really matter a ton at this point. Let's try the G. That's 5, 7, and 9. Notice I'm sliding around trying to make music. How about that D string? A string. Also 5, 7, 10. And the low E string, we've got 5, 8, and 10, much like the high E string. But I really don't recommend spending too much time soloing down there. You might want to write these shapes down. I used to fill notebooks with different neck diagrams for myself and my students. It really helped lock in my visualization. By adding in just one extra note per string, you will unlock a ton of creative options. More slides, more hammer-ons, more pull-offs. And these are what I call 3 of the 5 key decorations that make scales sound like music. Let's try this over the track. I'll start on the high E string. B string. How about G? The D. A. So you get the point here. What I would do is I would isolate each of the strings and try and make some music over the backing track. In the next exercise, we'll take this a little bit further, connecting the boxes from anywhere within those shapes. And now I want to take a quick moment to share the sponsor of this video, and that is my brand new course, Creative Solo System. Creative Solo System is the first course of its kind built around 34 original backing tracks played by a world-class band. This is to help you solo with confidence and creativity. You'll get interactive tabs, licks, call and response games, theory breakdowns, and tons of guided practice sessions to help you move beyond boxes and actually make music. If you've been stuck running scales or unsure how to improvise over different chords, this course will give you the tools and the structure to change that. You can click the link below to learn more. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the lesson. This second exercise might be even more powerful than the first because it trains you to transition between the shapes anywhere within the two positions. Here's how it works. Since we've already spent a lot of time starting on the high E string in this lesson, let's go ahead and start the exercise from the low E string. It'll be easier to see that way. So here we go. Play all the way through shape 1 of the A minor pentatonic. But once you reach the high E string, I want you to shift into shape 2 there. That adds 1 note. And then we'll descend the scale the exact same way that we went up. Next, we'll do the same thing, but this time we're going to transition into shape 2 on the B string. So I played through shape 1 until I reached the B string, right? And then I switched into shape 2 and I finished the scale from there. And then you want to come back down, retracing your steps in the exact same way that you ascended. Now let's do the same on the G. So I will transition here on the 3rd string, all the way up, stay in that box 2, and then shift back down as I descend. How about on the D string? And then on the A string. And then finally, just like we did first, let's go ahead and transition on the low E. So the idea here is that you're shifting your perspective. You're not just seeing one box and the other. You're learning to connect the two adjacent boxes wherever you happen to be in the scale. So here's your challenge. Once the mechanics start to feel familiar, try using this exercise as a creative constraint. Improvise a few licks and lines, but only allow yourself to make your transition at the designated string. This is where it really starts to click. Let me demonstrate. I'll use the G. How about on the D? B. You'll begin sounding less like just a scaly player and more like a soloist with freedom across the neck. Feel free to come up with your own variations, and if you land on something cool, go ahead and drop it in the comments and share your ideas. And of course, don't forget to apply this concept to all 5 shapes, not just box 1 and 2. Now that you've started to connect your pentatonic boxes, make sure to watch this video next in order to learn how to play call and response with yourself, making your licks and lines sound more interesting and doubling what you already know.